the show for the first time ever.
What, we're gonna restart the show.
Oh, kind of funny things gonna happen there.
Welcome to Colin and Greg Live. You probably couldn't hear us before because of the audio loop, because we're always screwing something up here at Kind of Funny.
It's just there's
we are literally always
looks like
something.
it's fixed though, so good job.
We're literally always fucking something up on this particular
There's
show.
just no way to ever test it.
No.
You think you've tested it. You think you've gone through and checked every box.
I don't know,
and then
man.
It spirals
Hire some technical director or
Fuck
something.
you, Ryan Payton. You hire somebody with
I've
all
seen
your
your
millions of
Patreon.
dollars.
I've seen your Patreon. Oh, we can't afford it.
All right, so let's start again.
Okay.
Colin and Greg Live. You've probably seen the show before. It's our nerdy talk show every weekday at 11 a.m. Pacific time on Kind of Funny Games, twitch.tv/kindoffunnygames. I'm Colin Moriarty. This is Greg Miller. That's Ryan Payton. Ryan Payton worked on Halo 4. He produced Metal Gear Solid 4. He's working on Republic, which we're going to show you in just a few minutes. We have a little bit of news to go through as well, Greg. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about? We were talking about sipping.
Yeah.
How
No.
neurotic.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone missed anything else of any importance that we said. In fact, very few things that we ever say are important at all.
No, there's nothing you're really going to miss in the first part of the show that's important. Other than, when we get to the news, something interesting's happening.
Right. Beaten Down Brian says, just throw away the numbers for the tech issues chart.
That's true.
We've never gotten that chart higher than 2 behind. That's a wedge between Greg and Ryan there behind us. But nonetheless, we try to keep the technical issues to a minimum.
It's part of our charm.
It almost never works.
If you want a polished stream, guess what? There's about 50 fucking websites out there that do it. Go to your IGNs, your GameSpots. You want grassroots, spare bedroom, talking about games and cursing, spitting, slurping coffee, you come here.
Damn, you're really pumped up today.
Yeah,
I'm
man,
fired.
this
And
is good. This is good.
Is something now crashing?
Oh, that's
is
been there
this?
forever.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry about that thing. Don't even worry about that air. Please, don't even worry about that air. You think the CEFCOM 3 process has stopped working is going to stop this stream? Don't even worry about the CEFCOM 3s. Here's why I'm excited. Ryan Payton and I are what I like to call kindred spirits. First off, he's the son of Walter Payton, Chicago Bear.
I didn't know that.
You don't see the resemblance?
Yeah,
No,
big time.
I kind of see it. Yeah, I can kind of see it.
The first time I ever met Ryan Payton, we were speaking to each other, talking about how much I
you
love
spoke
Metal
to him
Gear.
the first time you met him.
And I said the best Metal Gear Solid of all time is Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker. And I remember he stopped talking to Mitch Dyer. Mitch's MOBAs or some Canadian bullshit nobody cared about. And he's like, wait, what did you say? And then we just sat there and we had this moment. We knew we were kindred spirits, ladies and gentlemen.
We did. And then you come up in Seattle, I'm like, hey man, let's go have some coffee together. And then crickets. Let's talk about Peace Walker. Crickets. Then I thought we were kindred spirits.
Oh, don't do this to me.
I thought we were.
Don't sell me out the
I thought we were. But then, it's cool. It's like if it's all business, you know, it's all good. I can get behind that.
It's funny because Greg can barely go to any city without having a meet and greet.
That's why I'm always there. I'm always there to work. I'm always working on the city. I'm always doing something. I don't got time to go have coffee and have fun and friends. That's why I stopped working at IGN. I got no contact outside of the 4 people who come to this house.
Okay, let's real talk. Like, how many of your
up.
friends or business relationship people like me actually care about your love for Peace Walker? Very few, I'm going to
100% true. That's very true. I love you. It's not that.
I love you.
I
I'll
was
get
so
out.
excited when you came
I'll get
today.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having us.
Oh, thanks. Well, please so much. Fun thing from the Twitch chat here. MK Ineptitude. Kind of funny is the telltale of the podcasting industry. Great content, but technical issues all over.
It's true. And we will not stop and remake this engine.
We will not remake the engine.
Nothing stops this train, Greg. And of
We are
course, if you
going.
didn't know, Greg Miller is the unsung hero of Kind of Funny.
It's true.
The
funny thing, that's the thing. If I wasn't here to barely get this plane off the ground, it would never leave the ground.
Crimson Sun 13 says Greg is getting cut up. Get out. Greg, let's go and talk about the news here.
Okay.
There's not too much to get through, and then we'll jump into Republic at your leisure. At your leisure.
Whenever
Whenever
you
you want, or
whenever we want to do it.
Specifically at your leisure, whenever we want to.
You get to deploy Republic whenever you want to. Because the big deal is it's out tomorrow.
Yeah, Republic
Steam.
Remastered.
It's been exactly. It was out on the mobile devices already.
Well, do you want to talk about this, or do you want to go to news?
Oh, sorry.
No,
Let's do news.
It's your show. It's your show.
No, it's Colin's show. We do whatever Colin says.
No. You know what? I'm calling an audible. Let's talk about Republic right now.
Okay, you want me to pull it up and
At
stuff?
my leisure.
At your
Yeah.
leisure. All right, hold on. I'm going game big, and then look at this, Colin. I figured out the audio, knock on wood, about this thing.
Right.
So now the audio should be fine for Republic.
But now how are we going
we'll
to play
find
it?
out.
Oh, how are you going to play this? You're going to play like that? Bam!
Whoa!
Look at this. And then you go. I'm putting on hey, don't all on me. You could have put a controller in there. You could have said, here's some control keys and stuff.
I forgot you're a console fanboy.
Damn right I'm a console fanboy, just like I'm a Peace Walker fanboy. So here we go. I can stumble through over here if you want.
No, it's fine. So, new game. Click on that.
What do you want to do?
I'd rather do episode 2 if you're okay with it.
Well, yeah, we're talking over it. Of course, this game out tomorrow. You can go get it. You should go get it there, or you can play it on the mobiles.
You can play it on the mobile right now if you wanted to on iOS and Android. Episode 2 is something that I think a lot of people haven't seen. We've had millions of downloads of episode 1 on App Store, but so this will be kind of more fresh for your audience, and it's not too spoilery. So
another call.
Ready to answer the call?
Yeah, I'm ready.
So you can see right off, we completely remastered the game for PC.
Yeah.
So all the textures, the skin shader, everything has been just completely redone in Unity 5, which is Unity's upcoming big release.
Sure.
I don't know if you guys are familiar too much with like what Unity is.
I've heard of Unity.
That's kind of like Unreal.
Okay.
It's like a competitor to Unreal.
Sure.
And
does it have its own tournament? No, we're talking over it. Again, I want people to go buy the game and play the game and do these things.
I was saying, do you want me to drive or do you want to drive?
Oh,
because you're doing a great job.
Am I? That sounds sarcastic. I'll hit space and then this. This is the whole thing. Now, how do I click on the cameras? Because you can only see through the cameras, right? That's what's going on in this one?
Correct. You have to go into OmniView, which is a space bar, or you can click it in the right corner like you did.
Yeah.
Like a noob would do.
What?
And then, and you're like clicking away on stuff. Like you're doing a great job. All right, give me this.
Dion Troy J. Yeah, hi, you're doing great too.
Oh yeah, look here. Why is your space bar all the way up here?
Isn't that weird?
That's an escape key. What, you got to escape somehow, huh? Don't be knocking the Arvo keyboard, compact gaming keyboard we got from someone. I love the Arvo keyboard. It does great. Somebody's joining us late. Says, "What is this? This is Republic. This is Ryan Payton. He's here to show it to us a little bit."
So this is Republic Remastered. This is what's coming out on PC, and Mac, Steam, Good Old Games, and Humble tonight at midnight.
Damn.
We completely redid the game for PC, so super excited for this. And thanks for showing it off. This is we're doing the first 3 episodes, so that's gonna be coming out tonight, and then we have episode 4 and 5 coming later this year.
Okay.
So 5 episodes.
Episodic stuff.
Episodic, love it. So we just did a ton of work on the game. Like it's all mouse and keyboard, WASD to do whatever you want to do. So yeah, WASD controls the camera. Space, you go into OmniView. And then you can kind of hack around like you were doing.
Yeah.
Doing a pretty good job hacking around. So I just kind of skipped over. Like it's a kind of a mini puzzle to get you familiar with the game. You got a pin code that helps you get out of the cell that Hope is trapped into.
Right.
And so this is kind of the start of episode 2. Cooper wants to call you. He's got all of his weird emoticons.
Exactly. People are saying game audio. No, we're not raising the game audio. Go buy it and play it. This is where we're showing you why the game's cool. Also, the whole game is driven by the story.
Correct. This is a very story-driven game. It's also a stealth game, as you can see.
Is this your Metal Gear influence? Is this the stealth game you always wanted to make?
Yeah, honestly, yes, it is. Very influenced by Metal Gear Solid 1. But it was a game where they reward you for not killing anybody, and this is one of those games. There's no killing in this game. It's mostly tasers, pepper spray, official taser. Like we actually got permission from the taser company, which is
an official taser.
Yeah,
wow,
kind of funny.
Product placement, but whatever, no big deal. You sell it.
You guys are cool with that.
Yeah.
So this is like. We like to start every episode off with what we call a tour of the environment to show players, what's going on. And this is something that our team worked just tirelessly on. This is the library, which is the setting for episode 2. You can see just the.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, we completely redid this thing for PC. So this is all dynamic lights. It's all physically based. We're using Enlighten to come through on the solarium to project all the light from the moon. So yeah, we're just like super proud of like what the team's been able to do.
Was this the plan all along? I mean, when you started on mobile devices, that one day you wanted to bring it here and make it look all fancy?
I knew that we had to bring it on PC because part of our Kickstarter that we did, we promised the game for PC. But the kind of story goes that we really struggled to figure out how we're gonna make the PC version special.
Yeah.
I mean, we could add mouse and keyboard. We could change all the UI to fit PC. But on Steam, there's a huge problem with a bunch of mobile games going, oh, that's where all the money's going. That's where people are actually buying content now.
Right.
We're just going to port our game to PC, and it usually sucks. So we didn't want to. We just didn't want to do that. We couldn't come up with the right feature to make PC really special.
Yeah.
And then with our friends over at Unity, we got early access to the new engine. This is early showing of Unity 5. This is still a beta. Actually, we're shipping on a beta tonight. Unity 5 is not ready, but we're ready. So we're just going to do this thing. And that was the killer feature. Is like just completely redo the game. In Unity's new engine that has a bunch of new graphical features, like the lighting, the physically based, and all this kind of stuff. So
it looks awesome.
Yeah, we're pretty happy with it. It's a huge step up. Yes, sir.
So when is it going to come to Vita?
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna go straight for the jugular. That's actually outside of PC and Mac. I would say that's the most requested platform, which I kind of didn't expect.
The Vita fan base may not be incredibly large, but it's incredibly passionate.
It's very passionate.
And it wants games.
And I'm one of those guys. I play Vita all the time. I love all the games. I love the catalog.
Yeah.
So it's honestly, it's a big question of, what kind of support can we get from Sony or maybe another publisher to make it right.
Hashtag building list. Everybody tweet Adam Boyce and Gio.
Let's do it. Do it right now. And Shuhei. Just do it right now.
Get out there.
Because we just don't want to just upload it to PlayStation Network. We like to partner with guys.
Right.
We think of this as going to be a good big release for the for Vita if we make it there, for PS4 if we can make it there, for Xbox if we can make it there. So that's the nice thing about Unity again is they're one of the strengths of their platform is that you can push to tons of different platforms really easily.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a lot of work, but we'd love to do it.
Sure.
We'd love to do it.
Is that what's been? I mean, with Camouflage, the studio that you've been incubating, your indie studio and everything else.
Yes, sir.
Have you guys been 100% focused on this? I mean, not that I'm looking for sequels and pre-production notes or anything.
That we're 100% focused on Republic.
Yeah.
At the moment, yes, because we're shipping today, so that's good. And then episodes 4 and 5. Hold on,
you screwed up. You're dying.
I might be dying.
Don't know how to play your own game.
I do know.
You're the noob, huh?
So this is. I'm gonna totally skip over your question and talk about the game. So the reason why I like episode 2 the most is because we just added this crazy feature where some of the guards' patrol paths are randomized, and it makes playing the game, even for a guy like me who's played it 100 times, a lot more exciting. So this guy, I didn't know that he was going to be on the other side of that door, and now he's trying to call his way into that door I just hacked. And so it just makes the game feel a lot more dynamic. Nice. Stealth action games get really boring because you just figure out that it really is all about just memorizing the patrol routes. Yeah. So that's when we just love testing episode 2 because it's just fun to see what kind of emergent behavior happens. And sure enough, I thought I was cool, and then this guy was storming through. So anyway, what you're asking about? Focusing on Republic for our studio. Yeah, in the short term, absolutely, that's the focus. But we got another game in prototype right now, and man, we're 25 people strong at the moment, and just trying to build like you guys are trying to build.
Yeah, you're a little more successful than us.
I wouldn't say that, man.
We have triple audio sometimes for no reason.
Hey, we've had our share of technical snafus. Oh, and we got 2 guards. Oh man, this is nuts. And I don't think I have any pepper spray. I don't.
Oh, you're gonna get straight fucked up right now.
Owned. Are you serious? I didn't do anything.
What did you try to pickpocket?
No, he just stopped.
We're hitting that bush pretty
Okay, I think we're good.
All right.
I was about to call in the team and say let's fix this bug.
Guys, we got a problem.
We got a problem, man.
Tighten the graphics in episode 2.
For hardcore Resident Evil fans, they'll recognize this guy. This is CVX Freak. He's super hardcore Resident Evil lore guy on NeoGAF. So.
Do you have Shinobi in here?
No Shinobi, but let's pickpocket from this guy because why not? So all the guards actually carry indie games that we like fake game cartridges or fake game floppies. So I don't know which one he's carrying. Let's see if we can pull this up. This is a risky move, but why not?
Why not? You're on a stream. You're here. Everybody already knows the game looks great.
It seems inspired by the dog tags almost.
Exactly.
Very much inspired by the dog tags. All right, that was super risky. Let's see what we picked up.
Stanley Parable.
Good
nice.
game. Good
really
game. Quality
really
game.
Good game.
Thanks to those guys for letting us include the game in our game.
How much they charge you?
We can't talk about that. I can't tell you.
That's off the record.
Gone Home was the one that broke the bank.
Oh, sure. Steve Gaynor now? Jeez.
That guy's ruthless.
Needs another motorcycle.
Cool. So this game.
That's awesome.
Yeah, episode 2 is a lot more open-ended. It's not. We got some complaints that episode 1's linear, but it's more of a tutorial mission to begin with. So anyway, I hope you guys like the game, and it's coming out midnight tonight
on Steam.
Good old games. If you want a DRM-free version, also the Humble Store.
You're not even an old game though.
Well, that's why I think they're changing to GOG. Do you know this?
Yeah. They've been pushing GOG pretty hard, which of course is a rip-off of the Game Over Greggy show, which is upsetting, but nobody can.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
It's not a huge deal.
It's not a big deal at all. We're just getting left and right. Our IPs are getting snagged. No big deal. No, it looks great.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
Out on the mobiles right now. Go get it tonight at midnight.
For PC.
Sale price $19.99. That guarantees all 5 episodes.
Nice.
Thanks for your guys' support. Seriously.
Hope
we're happy to show it off.
Like I said, kindred spirits. I'm happy to take care of you. The game was fun.
Oh, thank you.
Gregory, let's jump into the news. I think we should jump into what is the most pertinent news of all, which is that Hotline Miami 2 has a release date.
Yeah!
Thank you for not being this week, Hotline Miami guys.
Hey, heads up, everybody. We're going tonight at midnight. Going to hell, Republic.
When Witcher 3 pushed, we got there first.
Yeah,
that was the first thing we did.
Yeah, that would have been disastrous for any game coming out around that particular title. But we're excited about Hotline Miami 2, and Tom Senior over at PC Gamer wrote a story called Hotline Miami 2 Wrong Number Gets a Release Date. He says Hotline Miami 2 Wrong Number is coming for your brain on March 10th of the year 2015, complete with a level editor and a single-player campaign that encourages you to follow the paths of several distinct factions. shooting and bludgeoning goons in a story of retribution over spilled blood in the original game. So much blood. So the game will be out on this date on PC as well as PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, and of course, as we said before, a game isn't a game until it comes to PlayStation Vita, and it will come on March 10th.
The original was the best on Vita.
It was.
Oh,
Thank
absolutely.
you for saying that.
God bless
that carries weight. Thank you very much.
Well, it's dual stick game.
Yeah, no, totally. Playing that on the mouse and keyboard, you feel like an idiot.
You should see us play anything with a mouse and keyboard.
Can't even use Twitch with a mouse and keyboard. Can we get Twitch on the
It's not pretty. So I'm super, super, super excited about that. I can't fucking wait for Hotline Miami 2, man. I just been waiting for so long for it. We played it a few times. The original Hotline Miami is a brilliant game.
Yeah.
Brilliant commentary. The gameplay's fun, very addictive. A lot of replay value. It looks like the new one has a lot of that as well.
I'm stoked for the level editor. Be able to build the kind of funny
You're not gonna build a level.
I'm gonna build a level, man.
No, you're not.
There's still Little Big Planet levels up for me. What?
You're not going to
Greg
build
talks
a
a
level.
lot. Like he was gonna play Titanfall for 6 months. And
I played Titan. No, that wasn't the bet. The bet was would I play Titanfall longer than a month, and I did. And you refused to acknowledge it's correct, and I did. Also, we got tipped $1 from Immortal Sandwich because you called me a noob. So I thought that's what you got.
Thank you, sir.
People love the insults when you insult Greg Miller.
We appreciate
the
it.
unsung hero.
Well, I just did it again by challenging you about not building any levels in Hot Miami.
Well, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna be sending you my levels if that's possible.
I'm setting myself a reminder for 30 days from now to ask you how your level building in Hotline Miami 2 is
yeah, email him and ask him about that. That'll be interesting. Greg, it's worth noting that today we got an exciting email as well that we got our codes for Helldivers, which we've also been waiting for fucking ever. And people thought that game was in development hell.
Yeah.
Because it was supposed to come out in September, and then it kind of went away, and then they started talking about it again. So we'll be streaming Helldivers soonish. I don't think we'll do it today because we don't have any time, but soon. Because Helldivers, it just looks extraordinary.
Yeah, you love that Helldivers.
Oh, I love it.
You gotta love the Helldivers.
Greg, let's move on.
Okay. Where are we going now?
Have some news. Let's go to NeoGAF. We have some news for our Xbox gamers.
The Xbox, we're calling.
The Xbox, correct. Miles Quaritch writes that certain games are coming to Xbox Games for Gold in April, and it looks like this is a screenshot of the. Yeah, you have it here.
Yeah.
A screenshot of, I don't know what his source is, but it seems like it's a reliable source nonetheless. Tomb Raider for Xbox 360 and Bioshock Infinite will be free, and for Xbox One, Rayman Legends. And IDARB, which is our obsession, of course.
Isn't IDARB already free, or was it just free when it came out?
Yeah, I thought it was free already, but I guess maybe they're just going to keep it free.
Maybe they extend it, yeah.
So that's a pretty. We often disparage games for gold or games with gold because PlayStation Plus is typically way better in terms of the games, but this seems like a PlayStation Plus type offering. Tomb Raider and Bioshock Infinite, big AAA games, 9+ games. Rayman Legends, IDARB, good stuff. So our Xbox gamers. Keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, it's coming. They're catching up. Games for gold.
Greg, I'm curious what you and Ryan think about this particular news. This one comes from Deadline Hollywood. Very unexpected news. Disney to reboot DuckTales. Animated series for 2017 launch. Disney XD is revisiting DuckTales. This story comes from Deadline again from Denise Petsky. She says, the network said today that it has ordered a new animated comedy series based on the Emmy-winning series that aired from 1987 to 1990 as part of the Disney Afternoon daily syndicated cartoon block. The new series is slated to launch in 2017. Produced by Disney Television Animation, DuckTales will again star Disney's iconic characters Scrooge McDuck, his grandnephews Huey, Dewey, and Louie, and Donald Duck. The new series will follow Scrooge McDuck, his curious and mischief-making grandnephews, Huey, Dewey, and Louie. We just went over that already. I don't know why they're insisting on telling me.
It was a poor edit here.
And the optimistic yet temperamental Donald Duck as they embark on high-flying adventures worldwide. Other beloved characters slated to be in the new stories are Ducksworth, Gyro Gearloose, Launchpad McQuack, of course, Flintheart, Glomgold, Magic of the Spell, and Poe, Mal Beagle, and the Beagle Boys. What about Sounds like everyone's there. Mrs. Beakley, Webbigail, Vanderquack. Everyone's in there.
Is Webbigail the little girl?
Yeah.
Is she Webby? Okay, I remember.
So how do we feel about this? Because this is unexpected. This is very unexpected to me.
It's out of the blue, sure. But I think after the raging success that was the DuckTales phenomenon, not the game, mind you. People didn't love the game as much.
The Way Forward game? Yeah,
it was
okay.
But remember, for the 3 conventions in a row, you'd walk by and they'd have the booth set up. And people in there just rocking out and singing like a bunch of idiots. They figured out that people still love DuckTales, and that they need to come back. I remember. Do you remember? You loved DuckTales, right?
Oh, I was a huge DuckTales.
Do you have the stuffed the Huey, Dewey, Louie?
No, I didn't.
I did big time.
I did.
Oh,
I did, man. Kindred
so
Spirits.
cute.
Oh,
Yeah.
the only DuckTales merch I had was I had the NES game. That was basic, which is a classic. Which is why Way Forward's recreation of that game was fine, but it never captured the essence of the original DuckTales.
And that's kind of what I'm worried about here. You know, that the animated series might be fine, the one that comes out, but we're we've grown up. We're in different times in our lives.
Yeah.
I don't know who the audience is. They must be going
It's children, I think.
Well, and their parents.
Yeah, exactly.
It's got to be and their parents.
Exactly.
Which
That's
I think
what
is
I'm
tricky.
thinking too.
And that's why you see Girl Meets World doing so well, and the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's possible.
Yeah.
It's possible to
They could do it. They
what
could
we
pull it
loved
off.
as children, force it on our children as well.
But I still feel like something like you said, like with Girl Meets World, whatever, like that is aimed first, I think, at the parents who then are like, oh,
Yes.
I remember this, and hey, kids, let's watch.
Gateway drug.
Yeah, exactly.
Gateway
Right.
drug.
Exactly.
But like, do you think TMNT is the new one with Rob Paulson again and the other?
I feel like that's so transcendent that like TMNT never really went away.
That's right.
You know
Sure,
what I mean?
sure.
Like it was probably most awesome when we were kids, but
I don't think Disney ever went away, right? And like the ducks, people still like watching animated.
they do like ducks.
Everybody loves ducks.
People love ducks. That's true. That's a good point. There's a hockey team, the Anaheim Ducks,
Yeah.
our Long Island, our AAA baseball team.
Are the
Long Island Ducks.
Anaheim Ducks no longer mighty? Or are they just
No,
Ducks?
they're just the Anaheim Ducks.
Interesting.
I want to get, by the way, I was watching, you know, everyone out there knows I'm a huge hockey fan. I was seeing people out there with the original Mighty Ducks jerseys on, like the green ones with the duck, with the hockey stick. I'm like,
Yeah.
I got to get one with Conway on the back or something like that. You can get anyone you want. So I was going to get like some obscure ass.
That's how the internet works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but they're like, they're great sweaters, like $200 quality, like NHL sweaters. I was like, shit,
Sure.
I got to get me one of those. Greg, so I thought
Everything
that
for Christmas.
this seemed weird. Do you guys remember when when Platinum Games released that 2 and everyone thought
It was
that
like
picture
it's
of 2 and
Revengeance.
everyone's it's Revengeance 2?
Yeah.
This is this is a little weird to me. IGN wrote the story as Wesley Copeland wrote. Platinum Games explains Metal Gear Rising Revengeance 2 tease. Remember when an image of what appeared to be Metal Gear Rising Revengeance 2 flashed on screen at the 2015 Taipei game show? As it turns out, it wasn't a hint or an announcement or even a tease. It was in fact just some artwork to celebrate the 2nd anniversary of the game's release.
Of course.
Oh, naturally.
Well, of course.
In a blog post, what a stupid thing to do. In a blog post titled "2nd Anniversary Illustrations," Platinum Games showed off the official artwork the company had created to celebrate the event, which somehow found its way into Sony livestream back in January. The image, which shows Ride next to a 2 in the game's font style, comes with a caption that reads, "Congratulations on the 2nd anniversary. After 2 years, I wonder what Ride is up to now." So that doesn't seem like maybe it was. It seemed like maybe it was Sony's fault and not Platinum's fault. But what did you think everyone was going to think when you released that?
It's like when they released yesterday the redesigned Vita and had a 3 on it, and they're like, "Oh, it's just to celebrate the Vita's 3rd birthday." It wasn't, "Oh, we're giving another Vita."
Did that happen?
No,
they're going to do another.
That'd be nice.
they're crazy
I'd buy
enough
that.
to.
Oh, I would definitely.
Anybody who owns a Vita would buy another Vita. They love the Vita.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, agreed.
All these non-believers out there, that's the problem. Because games like Republic aren't honest. Because everybody needs to
Hopefully
tweet at
someday.
boys.
Hopefully
And Gio.
do it.
I'll do it right now.
And
We'll do it right
Shuhei.
now. Hold on.
And Shuhei.
Let me see if I can find one. Yeah, okay. Greg, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Trials Fusion, which has been a wildly successful, smaller kind. I don't want to say indie game because I think Ubisoft actually published it, but it is in essence an indie.
Didn't it start off as indie like before? I don't think Ubi was publishing at the very beginning.
Right, exactly. So yeah, let's call them indie still. Just let's not mince words. And I just wanted to give them a quick shout out that they released just a statement today saying that they had sold over 1.7 million copies of the game. So I wanted to offer them many
amazing.
congratulations because people really love that game.
Yeah.
So congratulations to them. Congratulations to Ubisoft, which seem to have helped market it and helped them get some of those copies out.
Those are huge numbers for a premium game, a console-focused premium game, right? That's huge numbers.
Yeah, it's awesome. And I still say, and I don't know, Ryan, I'm sure you agree that it's just because you're working on kind of smaller games, more I don't want to say bite-sized, but episodic games,
Right.
or whatever. That these games are the future. I think that these smaller games, not everything has. There's a place for the $60 AAA game, but not everything has to be the $60 AAA
Correct,
game.
right.
So it's good to see their success, and we wish them all the congratulations in the world on that. Gregory,
I spelled Republic right there.
Yeah, you did.
Right.
yeah, it looks
You
right.
missed the accent mark, but that's okay.
I don't know how to do
Accent
it. How do you do the accent of goose?
Accent
in
of
it?
goose.
Isn't it alt 130? Here, let's see. If we,
Oh, here we go. Let's try this. No,
This
it's
is gonna take-
It's gonna be the first E.
Now you see if you do that though. Hold on. See, I don't think this
Oh.
keypad.
wait. I want to try it. I think this is gonna work. I think this is gonna work.
See, I don't think I think it's the.
Oh, okay.
Oh!
Oh! What are we doing over here? What are you doing over here, Colin? All right, I'll read. Don't
It's
worry.
okay. Don't worry about it.
No, we're doing it. This is
What
happening.
happened though? I don't understand what
know.
happened. I held down.
You
Is
deleted it.
the numpad not on? Maybe.
I don't know how to turn the numpad on this thing. I was
It's
trying
dumb.
to warn you.
Nobody cares about the accent mark.
Well, now you don't even get a tweet. That's what you got.
I'm a
Jeez.
stickler. I'm a stickler
All right.
for the accent Igu. Are you gonna really try it again? Oh, so
I love this show. This is what we do. We get to do whatever we want on this show, and we're doing it.
we quit our jobs for this. So what do you write? Amboys and then Gio Corsi.
And I'm gonna do shoe too because
And
we're
then
calling for
shoe-
shoe.
okay,
She won't
and
have much
you-
to say on the matter, but
No,
we gotta do it.
definitely not.
Keep talking.
I don't know, man. He knows about the game. Shane knows about the game.
I have
Don't do that. You're gonna give me.
Ryan
And I don't. This is what Christine does too,
Payton.
where she reads. She'll catch a typo while I'm still writing. I'm like, I'm gonna go back and fix it. Just let me go.
Well, all right. So you're trying to get. We're trying to get Republique, the game about France, on PlayStation Vita. Bring it to PlayStation 4 if you want. That's fine with me if you bring it to PlayStation 4. But what it really needs to be on is it needs to be on PlayStation Vita, along with Hotline Miami 2, which is coming to Vita, and Shovel Knight, which is coming to Vita, and etc. and so on.
Right.
You'd like to bring?
No, I don't have any accents, but we spelled it right.
I think we're looking good. I think we're looking good.
Good. There we go.
Hit the tweet button, Greg.
Everybody retweet it if you're watching. We're making games happen again. We made Borderlands happen. Maybe sorry if you didn't enjoy it, but now we're gonna make this happen.
It's not your fault.
Who's to say? Who's to say whose fault that one was?
Tim Utley tweeted at me saying the E works if you do Alt 130, so there's something wrong. Because
I don't think the numpad is on. I was trying to tell you, but you just kept going.
But I just wouldn't listen.
Yeah, nothing.
Because I remember from my All Francais class at Northeastern.
All Francais.
All Français. Can you imagine how easy being in French or in Italian or whatever is now in the United States with like all these tools where you can just type something into Google and just like. We had Babelfish back in the day, but it was like never right.
No, yeah. You don't touch that.
It was never right.
You had no hope of that.
And they knew when you used Babelfish. Because I tried it so many times. And then I would like go in and like tweak things and they're like, you use Babelfish. This doesn't even make any sense.
Get the hell out of here with your lies.
Actually, the more fun game was to take something in... What was the game? Like take something in French, translate it into English, and then back into French. And that would show you how broken Babelfish used to be. Anyway, enough about language, because no one cares about that, Greg. But a game I do care about, Eurogamer wrote about this, Velocity 2X, which is a fantastic game, one of the great games of last year on PS4 and Vita, is coming to Xbox One, PC, and Mac. This news comes by way of Jeffrey Matleff at Eurogamer, and he says, acclaimed PS4 and Vita shmup platformer hybrid Velocity 2X is coming to Xbox One, PC, Mac, and Linux via publisher Sierra.
Sierra's back, man.
Yeah, they are.
They're doing a million things.
Developer Future Lab confirmed that it will be handling the port's development while Sierra just handles the business side of publishing, something Future Lab considers a win-win. James Marsden, who's a friend of ours, a really great guy, wrote on his blog, self-publishing is hard. I spent more time doing PR and marketing on Velocity 2X than I spent designing levels. It became a bottleneck for the whole project that was far from ideal. Thanks to blogging, it's now common knowledge that marketing is just as important as making great, innovative, artistically stunning, multiple award-winning game of the year. Some people might say more important. He's a funny dude, a really nice guy. I like to see him when he comes to the States. I'll have to reach out to him, see if he's going to be at GDC. But Velocity 2X is fucking rad. And if you guys haven't played that game, I think that game's at home on Vita too, but it was great on PS4. I'm sure going to be great on Xbox One and PC. So now everyone gets to play. And Future Lab typically only made PlayStation games, so it's cool that they're bringing their stuff to other consoles for other people to enjoy.
I want to compliment everybody already on their support. It's been a minute, 296 retweets,
what?
113 favorites. We love the PlayStation Vita here. We're going to make it happen.
Vita!
Yeah, maybe Sierra can do it for us. I like what James was saying. That makes a lot of sense, you know.
What's funny about this is that when we left IGN and we left Podcast Beyond, which was our podcast for years, we were basically, people used to kid around that we did more unintentional marketing for Vita than PlayStation did for Vita because we just loved it so much. Everyone's like, well, who's going to talk about the Vita now? Motherfuckers, nothing changed. Nothing changed.
Same two idiots are talking about Vita. They brought their friend.
All right, let's jump into some more news. Speaking of PlayStation blog, Dan Sato from Square Enix wrote some news that I think we expected. Dragon Quest Heroes, which is the Musou that they announced last year at TGS, is coming to North America and Europe. And he writes, hey there, PlayStation blog readers. Dragon Quest Heroes launches in Japan tomorrow, so I thought now would be a good time to share an exciting announcement with you all. Dragon Quest Heroes is officially coming to the West. That's right, you read that correctly. The announcement is real. Dragon Quest Heroes will be coming out in North America in 2015 exclusively for PS4 and will be available as both a box retail release and digital download via PlayStation Store. That's interesting because it is released, I think, on PS3 in Japan, so they are just getting rid of that one for the West.
Interesting.
Dragon Quest Hero marks the first time the series will be a full-scale action RPG, and it's a ton of fun. So I'm super interested in what this game looks like because...
It looks like this.
No, so Koei Tech Omega Force is developing the game. So it is a Musou. It is a Dynasty Warriors game, I think. Much like that Zelda game that just came out on Wii U. What the hell is it?
Hyrule Warriors.
And I hope it's better than that.
Come on now.
That game sucks.
What?
Let's be honest. Did you guys play it?
Yeah.
No.
Do you like those kinds of Musou games? Do you like those kinds of games?
Back in the day, and I feel like when I played that game, I was like, yep, it's the same game as back in the day.
That's the problem, is have they ever matured?
I think that there's so much capacity for greatness, I think, with that formula.
That was the whole thing, is like every time at IGN we'd review a Dynasty Warriors game, you'd give it like it's a 6 or whatever.
You don't know
what
to give it,
and
right?
people are like, what are you talking about? It's amazing. It's like, that's the same thing it's always been.
There's just a group of people that because I agree, when I first played Dynasty Warriors or Samurai Warriors, I was like, this is refreshing. It's not hard. It's just, you like to clear a map. It's very procedural. But then you play the third one and the fourth one, and it's like, this game is just, what the fuck is this? You know, like, I don't, and that's why I'm like a little, my expectations are tempered for Dragon Quest Heroes, because I love Dragon Quest. And
it could be great, because I think that the Zelda game could have been great, because I thought with like Nintendo polish and like and their discipline that they could have brought, I think it's actually a more polished Musou than normal, right? So maybe and Square Enix and those guys on Dragon Quest team are very they love polish and spending a lot of time on their stuff too. So this could be the one that we want.
You have a few supporters in the chat, but most are saying Hyrule Warriors was awesome, says Mel. Bye. Sardin, you're crazy. Hyrule Warriors was fun. I don't even like Dynasty Warriors.
Look, it's stupid fun. Like I'm not going to disagree. Like the formula is fun. I just think I can't say it's a great game.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, to each his own. I mean, are you a Zelda fan? You must be a Zelda fan.
I love Zelda.
So I wonder, because I was going to say, I wonder if it's like based on a person's commitment to that universe, but that can't be either. Because I like Zelda too, and I'm not interested in that game.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think it's a fun game. There's no doubt about it. But I think it could have been, it could have been, should have been, especially with the Zelda brand name and being like a fall Wii U title, it should have been better. And I think most people would agree with that, including Jose Otero, who reviewed that game, and probably shouldn't have given it.
Yeah, there you go.
What did he give it? Like an 8, I want to say?
I'm sure that sounds about right. Yeah. I'll check it out for you. I'll get back to you.
It says here in the piece that it looks like Armor Project and some other people are working on the game with Omega Force, so it might have more of an action RPG flair than kind of the more beat 'em up. So we just have to wait and see. The game comes out tomorrow. I'd love to import it. Maybe we will. I don't know. What I really want more of.
7.
I remember.
Still too high.
Yeah,
still too high.
Maybe still too high. What I'm curious about with I remember when they announced this, that Dragon Quest, because I'm a huge fan. Dragon Quest X was a disappointment. That was an MMO. I have no interest in that at all. Was hoping when I saw the slime and all that iconic imagery of the Drakeen, so I was like, oh, Dragon Quest 11, and it wasn't so. So that's what I really want to see out of them, is Dragon Quest 11, and I'll be interested to see how this does in Japan. I'm sure it'll do very well.
6 minutes in, 430 retweets, 204 favorites. We're gonna make this happen.
Dude, you guys are the best.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Republic tonight at midnight.
Republic for PC, etc. tonight at midnight, and on Vita soon, according to this tweet. And I know some people are complaining about the focus on our camera. I don't know. We can't really do anything about it. Maybe if Greg keeps leaning forward and messing with the autofocus a little bit more.
It's funny because, again, you think I'm not doing anything. I've already turned off the autofocus. I'm working on it. I'm doing what I can. Give me a kiss right there. Love you, you fucking motherfucker.
All right. Rob Crossley over at GameSpot, Greg, wrote a story about PlayStation 4's updates. We're talking a lot about PS4 today. There's just not a lot of news about other stuff, unfortunately. I'm sorry. But he writes, major PlayStation 4 update due, sources claim. One official and another unofficial source suggest new PS4 firmware is just weeks away. And he says, 2 separate sources have suggested that a new PlayStation 4 system update is fast approaching, bringing with it new system-wide features. Talk of the next PS4 firmware build has commenced last Wednesday when Fred Dutton, a community manager at Sony, told fans of the PlayStation blog that the next update is not too far out. Following this, one well-known Sony fan who claims to have inside sources claimed on Twitter that the PS4 update will arrive on March 29th or thereabouts. The person, going by the name Titus, said that new software would offer a big update with new features incoming. This is often the way things leak, and I like that we shouldn't give too much credence to this kind of stuff, but
I love it. No,
but people do know, things.
Stuff leaks.
Titus has a checkered track history with regards to publisher inside information, as detailed here. What is the link here? This leads to...
Yeah, I'm kind of interested.
Yeah, onlysp.com. Let's see, I want to see what this link says. It says, want to know an insider you can trust. Oh, so this is all of the stuff he confirmed. He said it confirmed, I guess.
Oh, wow.
This is Shinobi. So that's our...
Yeah, we know Shinobi.
And then Titus over here, false, confirmed, false, unconfirmed. I don't know.
You don't believe it yet?
This is interesting that people are tracking...
It's a good way to be.
This is actually pretty brilliant.
Yeah.
Good job on this. It needs to be updated. It hasn't been updated in about 8 months.
Yeah, I'm not sure about Quantum Break shipping this year.
You think so?
I think that's wishful thinking.
I mean, sometimes we should be on here because we just say things and we think that they're right.
Yeah, but we don't make the claim that we have inside information or anything.
No. So keep an eye out for that. I'm hoping the name change feature is coming soon. See, this is the big thing with PSN is that I don't really have a problem with my own name. My name's Moriarty-IGN on there, and that's fine. That's my legacy. That's my history. But when they allowed sub-accounts to become master accounts recently, that to me was like they're starting to check the boxes of all the things they needed to fix with these names. And so hopefully that will be next. Although apparently it's catastrophically difficult to do on PSN because it is not well made. Or at least it's like...
But getting better.
Yeah, getting very better. Getting very better. Yeah,
very better.
Whatever that means.
Whatever the hell that means.
Let's talk about movies real quick. I like doing this every month. IGN's Matt Fowler wrote an interesting piece, as he does each month, about what's leaving Netflix.
I love that Matt Fowler. Funniest writer at IGN.
And what's coming to Netflix. So let's go over both pieces. Let's look at what's coming to Netflix in March 2015, so that we can. Let's revel. Let's revel in it. Patch Adams is coming. Finding Neverland and the Brothers Grimm is coming. Teen Witch, which has the Top That rap, which is one of the great things. Can we watch it, please?
Oh yeah, you want to listen to it too?
Yeah.
Hold
on. I'm glad that they embedded this, because this is really the pivotal part of this movie.
Men are like another species.
Oh my god, I fucking love this movie.
We'll just jump to the rap.
I'm king, and they know it. I'm hot, and you're not.
Damn, this guy's fucking awesome.
That's what you gotta do, man. He understood.
I love how he's just rapping in the middle of the street.
That's
and
what you did back then.
God.
The
man.
moves, dude. Oh my god. Oh, it's so good.
Are you kidding? I'm so embarrassed.
Stop talking and let him rap.
Doesn't she rap? Yeah, she
I
raps.
think she comes up and like schools him in her which ways.
Oh, let's look at those moves, man.
Oh my god, these guys are amazing.
How long do you think they were out there doing that?
Not long enough.
Like this is just what they did Saturday mornings. They just went out there.
Look at this shirt, like, hey,
what, this belly
did
shirt?
they really think this was cool? Like, even when he saw the cut in 1989, he was like, "Damn, man, I'm so fucking
this
cool."
This is awesome. This is where she lays it down.
Rap battle.
What the hell is this movie? It's Teen. What is it?
Teen Witch.
Teen Witch. All right.
Someone said that should be the new intro, and I totally agree. That should be the new intro. We should get rid of the Moonanites and make
which part?
That's going down.
It's like a 3-minute intro. What?
All right, we've seen enough of Teen Witch. Let's go back into this. Actually, we haven't seen enough of Teen Witch. But
you can see it for yourself now, starting soon on
Let's
Netflix.
see what else is going on here. March 6th, Aziz Ansari live at Madison Square Garden. That will be pretty cool. That's an Netflix original, I think. Archer Season 5, Glee Season 5, How to Train Your Dragon 2, Third Rock from the Sun complete series. I haven't seen that in years.
None of these people went on to do anything.
Yeah, none of them. Not one of those people went on to do anything. You're absolutely right. What's surprising is that the person you would have thought least of in that show.
No, French Stewart is the one I thought least of.
Really, French Stewart.
Yes,
Okay, all
French Stewart.
All right, fair enough.
The whole time just.
Because I was gonna say I didn't think Joseph Gordon-Levitt was gonna.
Because we were kids too,
Not
and
much.
he was like this punk ass kid. Beanpole, you're never gonna be Batman.
So that's let's see what else. Mad Men Season 7 on March 22nd, which is pretty cool. And that starts. That's a way to get people in for April 5th when Mad Men starts. And then they have up here what's leaving. If you right-click, Greg, up there, they have conveniently. Three Ninjas Kick Back is leaving, which I'm distressed about.
No!
The first time I came to California when I was a kid to see my uncle, I saw it in the theater. Air Bud's leaving. Anaconda. Arachnophobia. There's a lot of interesting movies here. Freaky Friday. Fright Night, Jackass #2, Pretty in Pink. Pretty in Pink's leaving. RoboCop 2 and 3.
Preparing for the Blu-ray release.
So get out there and see your movie. At the very what? Oh, I thought I said Beverly Hills Cop. No. False alarm. So that's it if you're into Netflix, and I am. Although I'm much more into Amazon Prime lately.
Yeah, I've noticed that. You've been all over that Amazon Prime business.
But Friday, House of Cards.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Very excited. Oh yeah. It's a Wednesday. That's really soon now. It's like 36 hours.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Let's work as little as possible on Friday, Greg.
Okay, I won't even be here. You can do whatever you want.
Oh, right, you won't be here.
So there's nothing to do. No one will be cracking the whip in the afternoon. You can just.
So I'm gonna spoil the shit out of House of Cards for you when you get home.
Okay, that's fine. Whatever you got to do.
Let's get through the rest of the news so we can jump into the chat and talk to our people.
All right.
PlayStation Blog wrote something about the Evil Within that I thought was pertinent, and this doesn't only go for PlayStation but also for Xbox One and Xbox 360. The Evil Within's first DLC, The Assignment, launches March 10th. And Bethesda Softworks community lead Matt Grandstaff wrote, "For many that have completed The Evil Within, the mysteries surrounding Sebastian's partner, Julie Kidman, are among the most discussed plot lines in the game. These questions, and perhaps some new ones, will arise in part 1 of Kidman's DLC adventure, The Assignment." So The Assignment will launch March 10th and will cost $10. PS4, PS3, and presumably Xbox One and Xbox 360 as well. I still need to play that game. I have no idea why I haven't played that game yet.
You've been busy.
It's good.
You launched a business.
Is
it
it
good? You like it?
It's good. I like it. I didn't finish it, but I'm still going to buy the DLC because I heard that these, just from friends who work there, that they're putting tons of resources into this DLC. That it's not just something that they finished. You know, a lot of teams will do that. They'll finish it along with the regular game, and they'll hold it. You know, they've been working on this thing since release. Addressing feedback and
interesting,
and all that good stuff. So it looks awesome. I bet it's going to play awesome too.
Yeah, and I'll be interested to see. There were such mixed The Evil Within was in development for a long time, and I think there's a lot of mixed signals with that game, and some people were confused about it. And I'm actually really happy for Bethesda and for Mikami that the game did well, and I presume we'll get a sequel out of this as well. So
I think so. Man. Seems like a lot of people liked it.
Yeah, but it's so funny because I was really excited about when I played it. I was like, I really liked it, and a lot of people were like, this game looks bad, and I'm like, no, this is like Dead Spacey or Resident Evil 4, where I'm like, no, this is kind of the survival horror I want, and it seems like it resonated with people, so I'm very happy for them, and we need more games like that. Survival horror has gone off
or just like campaign-driven games, right? Where you can sit down 10 hours, 15 hours of good story.
Right.
It's awesome.
It works.
Those are the kind of games I like to play. Speaking of which.
Well, oh yeah, I didn't bring this up. Do you want to watch this now, Greg?
Yeah, a lot of people have been hitting us up about this Budweiser Up for Anything commercial. And
Dude, the Up for Anything campaign's pretty good.
It's really good.
Jimmy Johnson playing ping pong with her.
No, electric football with little guys running.
So good.
Well, let's just watch that. No, instead there's a new Batman Arkham Knight trailer. This is hot on the heels of yesterday's announcement. It's rated M for mature. Sorry, you can't play it. But yeah, like you said, this is like one of those games I cannot not wait for. I'm so crazy about it. And you're a big Batman villain fan. What did you think of this?
I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, really? Oh,
here we go.
Let's rewind and put some sound up. You want the headphones?
Yeah, let me equip me with the headphones.
The VO is really good. It's pretty essential to the whole
It's one of Colin's favorite people, too. We'll be a little bit quiet so you can listen to it.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Well, I guess
is it
more
Bane?
for the audience. No. You'll see. It's one of your dad's favorites. His dad's a big
It started with a meeting.
Yeah.
Everyone was there. Scarecrow said he had a plan. That together we could take you out. And Gotham would be out.
Over my dead body.
I believe that was the idea.
I'm eating too much like game dev food.
Yeah.
I gotta get off this.
It's your crunch mode.
Remnants of Gotham, I have messages for you all. To the vandals who stayed behind to pick the still warm flesh from Gotham's bones. Have your fun. You are under my protection. To the cowards quaking behind the police department's walls, you will not be spared. And to Batman, I have already won. Emptied your city with a vial of toxin and a few threatening words. That's how little the safety you provided was worth. And when the dawn comes, when Gotham lies in ruin and I turn my gaze to the world beyond, the legend of the Batman will be worth nothing at all.
That looks fantastic.
Right?
That looks just absolutely fantastic.
I can't wait.
Good for them, man. They really are taking their time with that game and getting it right, I think.
Yeah.
So, I didn't realize, I haven't read much about it because I just don't read much about games that I'm curious about, to be honest. I don't want to spoil. Yeah, I don't want to spoil.
But
So Scarecrow is the maestro of the entire?
He's the one getting to evacuate, it seems, right? Like, you never know with these guys what they're doing.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
Can I tell you guys why the reason why I'm most excited about this game?
Sure.
Is because it's not coming to Xbox 360 and PS3. Does that
So
make
they don't have to hold it back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so many games we know this as well. Like, you have to figure out what your minimum spec is, and these guys can go a lot further.
Sure.
Because they knew that they had extra memory, those extra cores and everything.
That was the super exciting when they announced it. The fact that everybody's like, thank. I mean, like that. Like, we are always talking about like what the first next gen game is, right? And people were like, Shadows of Mordor. But Shadows of Mordor also came out on 360 and PS3, right? So there is that. You have to build for the lowest common denominator and go from there. But yeah, the fact they were able to get into this one and do whatever. Have you seen it? Have you watched it in motion? Like actually seen it on TV, somebody playing it or anything?
This game?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Like when they do the Batmobile stuff, like it's stunning.
Nice.
Like, cause like they're racing around the streets and stuff, and when they showed it to us on this is actually funny because I just said it was stunning and amazing. But they were racing around, they smashed through walls, and they're like breaking stuff.
Nice.
Like, oh, that's cool. That's like must be a pre-game thing for this demo, and then the demo crashed,
Oh,
and they had to do
wow.
it again. And then when they did it again, they took a different route and the same
No
things,
kidding.
and I was like, oh right, okay. Batman does not give a shit about the structure of this city, but he's gonna save the citizens.
Yeah.
The game looks awesome.
Such a good
dude.
guy.
And the villain, like what stood out to me the most. Obviously, the game's very pretty, but
Yeah.
what stood out to me
That
the
shot's
most
amazing.
of the
That
Riddler.
guy.
Oh yeah.
Is that Riddler?
Yeah, it's Riddler. Well, Ivy there, Batman.
That shot is so
Riddler. Yeah,
awesome.
He's a creepy mother. Creepy ass mother
Yeah,
effer.
it's an awesome shot.
That is so good, man.
Now here's
And
something
Harley
we'll
Quinn.
Harley, of course. We'll toss this out. This is something he tweeted me. I debunked it, but just to put it out there. Well, it's after Two-Face. Somebody was asking me if this meant Superman, if the red streak, and I said the red streak's moving too slowly. But there was a conversation.
Wow, that's interesting.
There was a conversation of what else would it be.
You think that he's going to be in the game, right?
That was been my prediction for a while. I've had two predictions.
To start their spinoff?
Yeah, to go from there to jumpstart a Justice League game or whatever.
I see, because that was a rumor for a while, right? That this on the third game was going to be a Superman game, right?
Well, no, yeah.
Way back in the day, before they announced this, right?
Exactly. There was a conversation a while back, if you remember, about like, oh, the next Batman's going to be like Silver Age inspired. Nobody understood what that meant in Justice League and stuff. And then it turned out that it was like, origins, so it was this, that, and the other. Then there's been a bunch of IMDb posts up saying like, Tim Daly's in it as Superman or whatever. But IMDb, if you have an IMDb account, it's like Wikipedia. So you can jump in there and change it and screw around with it.
True, although lots of stuff leaks from IMDb.
Sure.
I have personal experience with that on the Metal Gear franchise. So.
See, I've had it the other way, though, where, like, if you remember PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, they were putting Hater in there, they were putting all these people in there that weren't in the game.
Oh, gotcha.
And so, like, that was, like, the first thing of, like, okay,
Gotcha.
that's not guaranteed.
It's not guaranteed, for sure.
But my prediction has been for a while that, yes, there'll be a scene of Batman on the roof here, talking to Oracle, and you'll hear from up above, like, need help, Bruce? And he'll look up and be Superman, like, get the hell out of here. Kind of like Robin in Arkham City. And then...
Right.
Off and be gone.
Yeah, it'd be awesome. I hope they do something else other than Batman. As much as I'm excited for this game for their next thing, I think you got to kind of mix it up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, they say this is their final one, and there was that possible spoilery statue thing that came out and stuff like that.
What was that?
All right, we're going to go back into this. So this is the tap. This means we're spoiling things right now. So you can mute your thing. When I tap my head again, it's over. They put up a collector's edition for Arkham Knight, and it came with a Batman statue,
right?
And on it was a little plaque that made it read like Batman was dead. And so people were reading into it that collector's edition, that Batman dies in this game. Then they edited the post, and they put on a new plaque that just said like Batman, or like Arkham Knight or whatever.
Wow,
or Gotham
interesting.
Knight. Now that spun off into new theories for me. One, the Superman to go into a Justice League game or a Superman game. But then the other one was I had the idea of he basically like we're still in spoilers, so it doesn't matter. Spoilers for the last movie, Rises, that he fakes his own death.
Right.
And so then they have the statue there, or it looks like he's dead. Statue there, time lapse, all this crazy stuff's happening in front of it, and then like a kid's foot, not a kid, like a teenager's foot steps in with jeans, futuristic jeans, and then an old man's foot steps in with a cane, and he goes, "That's why I brought you here, Terry." And you cut to black, and then the next game for them is Batman Beyond, and they build a Batman Beyond universe.
Gotcha.
These are free ideas I'm giving.
I like it. I like it.
Spoilers off.
The game looks awesome. Very excited about it.
That'll be
very excited.
That's one of those games that work will cease here at Kind of Funny when that happens.
I'll jump into that.
The Witcher.
The Witcher, yeah.
Bloodborne we're excited for.
Uncharted. Yes. That won't come out this year.
Fallout will be the one we just are gone.
Fallout will come out this year.
It's all about Bloodborne.
Bloodborne. So that's imminent. Bloodborne's imminent.
I have a moral crisis,
What's
actually,
that?
but regarding Bloodborne.
Lay it on us.
I have a really important business meeting on March 25th, which requires me to travel during the time that Bloodborne's going to be released. And I seriously contemplated, for a good day or so that, I might just not go to this thing.
It's like a life-changing meeting. You're like, you know what, I'm good.
This is the brilliant. I mean, it just came to me. This is the brilliant idea: is that when you have your inevitable meeting with Gio Corsi and the guys at Sony about bringing Republic to Vita,
Right.
You're going to be at their office and you'll be like, "Hey, Bloodborne's gold," and at that point, and
there we go.
Give me a copy of the game, and then you'll be able to play it maybe a week early or something.
This is how it all works. I love it.
Everybody needs to go retweet this. We're trying to get Republic to the Vita for everybody. Right now, 481 retweets.
You guys are awesome. Thank you so much.
Oh, no, our pleasure. Greg, just a couple more pieces of news, and then we'll jump into the chat.
Sure.
This goes back to what we were talking about with the rumors that Rock Band and Guitar Hero are both coming back this fall. Eddie, our buddy Eddie over at GameSpot doing some good work, says, can Rock Band Guitar Hero be successful again? Analysts weigh in. New guitar games are rumored to be in development for Xbox One and PlayStation 4. Here's what analysts are saying. As rumors about the possible revival of the Rock Band and Guitar Hero franchises continue to swirl, a number of analysts, along with Guitar Hero's co-creator Charles Huang, have now weighed in with their thoughts about the business opportunity of getting the band back together. Games Industry International polled a series of analysts on the subject. They seem to agree that while the guitar game business might not fully return to its former glory, there is a market for such games. New games in the Rock Band and Guitar Hero are rumored to launch for Xbox One and PlayStation 4 this fall. Quote, I don't see the Guitar Hero Rock Band music genre coming back strong. Success is possible, but expectations should be low, as while these games will sell again, the sales volume will be much smaller. Value pricing the hardware and software would help. and it might also help if last generation peripherals are supported for gameplay on the current generation systems. That's from Billy Pigeon, who is an independent analyst. Michael Pachter, who is famous for making his predictions, says, quote, the games are old enough that they might be ready for a refresh, and I would imagine there is room for both to succeed if they don't oversaturate the way they did last time. And then Patrick Walker from EDAR, where our friend Eric Brugvig used to work, and Jim Riley says, quote, there is definitely an opportunity for a revival of the music genre considering the strong sales of the next generation consoles, the relative health of the overall economy compared to when the music genre initially faded, which is a good point, the broad appeal of the genre, and the marketing and IP power of the companies in the space. So it seems like people are not bullish about it, but confident that they can make some money on these games coming back. And,
thoughts, Ryan Payton? Yeah, he's asleep. It's over.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited.
You're excited?
Yeah, I mean, everyone loved those games, right? But it's been 5 years since the last Guitar Hero game.
Yeah.
And
well, that's
I could go for it a little bit more.
Are you guys going to spend over $100 plus
That's the
on
problem.
plastic toys?
That's the
again?
problem.
Exactly. To have them laying around here. And Colin and I were talking about this, where he was talking about we're going to play out in the living room again. Dad, I'm like, we have a landlord that lives above us. Like, I can't be out there screeching and singing like I do. I'm loud enough as it is just talking, let alone singing.
No, I think everybody can say that they had great times playing those original games.
Sure.
It's just, but part of it was because it was such this cultural zeitgeist that everybody was doing it.
Yeah.
That contributed to, I think, how fun it was. That people were having parties for all these things. This one, I worry, is just going to be kind of like a gamer distraction for a couple of months.
Sure.
And that's fine. I mean, if you guys are really into the series, I think.
We loved those
go
series.
for it,
I loved those series, but the idea of especially when they were talking about backwards compatibility, I was like, I threw all my stuff away.
Yeah,
I've thrown all my
that is
equipment
good though,
away.
because there are some people probably have it just stowed away and they don't want to have to buy.
Sure, they have
new ones,
houses.
right?
They don't live in a shoebox in San Francisco.
True.
One final piece of news.
Final
Greg,
news.
And I like to close on some random shit. Found this story today from The Telegraph by Tom Partiff, writing out of Moscow. He says, Russia promises manned flight to the moon. Space Agency approves cooperation with NASA at International Space Station and announces moonshot by 2030. Russia has said it will continue using the International Space Station together with NASA for 9 more years. It's bothering me that the story doesn't have NASA as an acronym. While announcing plans to begin manned flights to the moon by 2030. Despite relations between Russia and the United States reaching a post-Soviet low over Ukraine crisis, the country's space agencies will keep up the cooperation until 2024, when Russia hopes to build its own orbital station with modules removed from the ISS, so they're taking their toys and going home. The new station will be used to, quote, provide Russia with guaranteed access to the cosmos, end quote. Russian government officials had indicated last year that they may end up funding of the ISS in 2020, but that proposal appears to have been rejected. So they're going to keep going for 4 more years after that. Following the retirement of the U.S. space shuttle program, Russia is the only country providing transport to the ISS, which is embarrassing for us. So that's interesting. And this is what we were talking about the other day about why we explore the cosmos and why we go to do things like
beat
go to the
Russia.
moon. No, it's because it inspires people to get the moonshot in the 60s inspired an entire generation of engineers and mathematicians and physicists and all that kind of stuff. We don't do anything like that anymore. We went to the moon with no technology, compared to what we have now, and we just don't do it anymore. And so what I said a few weeks ago was like, we're gonna be embarrassed when China goes and they outdo us, but now it looks like the Russians are gonna do it too, and that's really gonna fucking bother us.
I think what really happens, they played Destiny and they were inspired, and they're like, we got to get back on.
We
got to
get out there. That's a big deal.
This is cool.
Greg, that's it for the news. I see our friend Shahid over at Sony, who's
We have
instrumental in getting
We have
video
movements.
games.
Yeah, Shahid making games happen all the time. He says this. You have to go his way. So we'll get
all
you
right,
guys hooked
all
up
right.
here, and
Sounds
then
good.
I'll send an email.
Thank you, sir.
Here in a second. We'll get you.
Yeah, we talked to him every once in a while. He's great. I mean, he's responsible for getting just a shit ton of games on Vita, so he's good people over there at Sony Europe.
I'm going to talk a little business real quick.
Please.
Okay.
A little business. It's not just about uploading it to PSN. It's about getting behind the game, doing what's right by the customer, making sure that's an awesome experience. That's what we need. Like we get hip all the time by Microsoft and Sony guys like, hey, we'll give you we'll let you guys upload, or we'll hook you up into ID at Xbox, right? It's a cool program, right? But it just lets you upload your game to those stores. Like what's really exciting is getting those guys behind the idea and want to do something awesome. So
cool.
Yeah.
541 retweets.
Hook it up.
285.
Hook it
we'll
up.
Get you hooked up.
Make it awesome.
Oh no, I mean
help us make it awesome.
Yeah, I mean I think that's what Sony really does, especially with a lot like they did with Grim Fandango, where like Double
Yes.
Fine was developing the remaster, but they helped to make that game and helped fund it and helped presumably debug it and let the devs understand the hardware better.
Right.
So hopefully they give you that kind of help with Republic. Nothing's going to stop this train. No, nothing's going to stop.
We're getting it to Vita, or we're dying trying.
And how about while we're at it, let's just throw in like a physical copy.
Okay. You want to?
Wow, now you're getting crazy.
Now we're getting crazy because because of our Kickstarter, we have to create, and we are creating these this 200-page manifesto novel / strategy guide done by the guys who do the Bloodborne and the Dark Souls strategy guides.
Not bad.
It's written in the voice of the David Hayter character with all these scribbles and maps and all this. It's nuts, and I really want that to be packaged with the game at retail. Can you guys tweet somebody at like GameStop or something like that?
Let's see what we can do.
The GameStop account, they're just whoever.
I mean, I figure you can just call them.
Oh, sure. Well, yeah, we have those kind of contacts.
So
that's a good point we left off. That we talked about the game and we were talking over the story. Jennifer Hale voice acting in this.
David Hayter,
Dwight
Solid
Schultz. Snake, you know him well.
Dwight Schultz, does that name ring a bell?
No, not to me. Who is it?
Mad Dog Murdoch from A-Team.
That's a good one. Okay.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
He's unbelievable.
Did you call in all your favors to get these people?
I did, yeah.
Yeah. No favors left now. It's
that's it, man. This is the last game we'll ever make.
Oh, that's
touching hands with that.
Hey, Greg.
Yeah.
Let's jump into the comments to talk to our people. Actually, let's remind people what we're giving away this week first.
Remember, every day we come to you and Colin and Greg, 11 a.m. with the news of the nerd. Ooh. Then we add something to the Friday giveaway package, except for when there are big packages and we give away one thing, like this Homeworld Collector's Edition that isn't really in stores. It was a press kit sent to us by Gearbox. It has a statue inside. It's got a code for the game inside. It's got a keychain. It's got a cool art book that you can't get anywhere else. It's all here for you. All you have to do is be either a subscriber, you're automatically entered to win, or be in the chat on Friday when we go through and randomly pick somebody to win.
Can we give out codes to Republic Remastered?
You sure can. Yeah, you want to do that today?
Yeah, I mean, I've got...
Oh, sure, okay.
How many do you guys want?
How many? I don't know. There's, we've been right around 6,000 viewers today, so how many codes do you want to give away? 3?
20.
20?
20 codes.
Holy cow.
Oh!
Bada bing, bada boom.
How do I get we can do the deluxe edition. That's the one that's $35. The soundtrack, the making of videos, the prototypes, all the stuff in there. Let's do it.
All right. You put a pin in that. We're going to go into the chat and ask questions.
All right.
I'm going to get the Moobot thing set up. We'll give away that
You
stuff.
just tell me how I can get it to the
Well, you just give me
guys
the codes and then I can give them to them.
All right.
That's easy enough. 20 is what we said?
20.
All right, cool. While you're typing away there, yeah, good job that. Let's go through the tips real quick. Novin Work says to Kind of Funny for he's thanking Kind of Funny for inviting Ryan Payton beyond hashtag Save Shenmue.
Man.
Camouflage games are the best ever.
Working on it, man. Working on it.
Now here's something. He says, glad you're in town for GDC. Here's what I'd like to point out is that Ryan Payton is in town for us.
That's true.
He flew in for this show and is flying out after. Well, yeah, for you guys, but I mean, like, that is like when we quit IGN and started this day one. Everybody's like, do you think you're still gonna have access and support from publishers and developers? And the fact that you came to San Francisco, where every games media outlet is, but you're just here for us.
That's it, man.
Thank you so much.
Oh man, we gotta embrace.
And now you're giving away 20 copies of your game, which is amazing. Also, here's one piece of news that is big for Nick and Tim. These will be Nick and Tim's Let's Plays forever. Okay. This comes from Valiant_VG, who tipped us, says Forza Horizon 2 and Fast and the Furious are teaming up. Did you see this news?
I did, but it just seemed like it was an incidental DLC story.
Now I understand that, but this would be like them getting Superman DLC. You know what I mean? Like,
it could be a sign of things to come,
right?
Well, like a larger game. Like if this thing isn't.
Well, sure, if this hits or something.
Yeah.
That's true. But I mean, literally, this is all Tim and Nick are gonna Let's Play. We can just turn over the stream for them.
Is Forza with
they won't know how to do anything in it, but they'll be like, look, I'm Tom, I'm a quarter mile at a time. It's about family, Jesse, Brian. They'll do that. That's them. That's the thing for the rest of your life. So I just wanted to give a shout out to Nick and Tim, who are the biggest Fast and the Furious fans in the whole wide world.
Shout out to them and thank you for the tip. We do appreciate it very much. Let's see. Greg, Barry Burton's beard says, just finished Danganronpa. Is Goodbye Despair as good? Yes. I haven't finished Goodbye Despair, but I'm deep into it, and Danganronpa 2 is more Danganronpa, and you can't really go wrong with that. Red for Rabbits asks if we think there's any chance to see Kingdom Hearts 3 at E3 this year. I think there's no prayer that Kingdom Hearts 3 will be at E3 this year. I don't know. Do you guys feel the same? To me, you might have some insight into this. You probably do. Just in the sense that Kingdom Hearts 3 to me strikes me as a 2018 game.
It's probably really far off, yeah. But I don't see why they couldn't show it off. I mean, the last time we saw it was a year ago, right, at E3?
Yeah, and I think that they're probably regret doing that now because everyone's like, they're not necessarily making the games concurrent to Final Fantasy 15. You know?
So are you a big fan?
No, not.
Oh, you aren't. So this goes out to my boy Brian Intihar, who's a huge Kingdom Hearts fan. I think there's a good chance of it being at E3 only because Tetsuya Nomura has been pulled off the Final Fantasy 15 project and can now, in theory, be able to focus a little bit more on Kingdom Hearts.
We'll see. You know more than I do.
I don't. That's all I know. That's all I got.
Melandro says, pretty awesome for Ryan to give away copies of the game like this. We agree, and we very much appreciate it. All for you guys out there.
Oh, yeah,
Colin
thank you.
And Greg.
Hope you guys like it.
Let's see. For the Win, Snake Eyes says, where is the new Fallout game going to take place? Presumably Massachusetts. That was the rumor forever, right? The Commonwealth.
Yeah.
Fallout 1.
MIT. Remember, there was all these rumors that they were floating around MIT.
Yeah, that Bethesda was there, stalking around the campus.
Huge props to those guys, Bethesda guys, for that game actually not leaking. It's just seriously, this is all speculation. If, when a game is developed for that long, what are we? I think we're coming on 4 years.
Yeah, right about. Right.
Yep.
3 or 4 years at least. That's in this industry, and in America, that's really hard.
Yeah.
You could do that in Japan because the employees won't leak anything, whatever. But that's props to those guys.
Todd Howard is going to kill someone if they
probably already has killed a number of people.
Jesus.
To make sure that this thing is not leaking.
And I wonder how you feel about this, because I've been saying this for a while, and this was before Bethesda even announced their E3 plans, whatever, that Fallout 4 will be announced this year and will come out this year. Do you think that
I think that's absolutely true.
Yeah, right on. We're all right. Now we know we're right because Ryan Payton agrees.
Yeah.
And I'll tell
he
you,
develops games. He knows things.
I'll tell you why.
Yeah, please do.
And this is not coming from any kind of like NDA or whatever, but I did hear from various industry sources. So just take it for what it is, Titus and all those guys. Is that they were shopping around, who's going to partner up with them, what platform holder. So they've been working on the game for a while, just trying to figure out who they're going to go with. I have no idea who they're going to go with, if they're going to go with anybody.
It seems like maybe they won't go with that. Well, I mean, they have to show the game on something unless they want to be agnostic and show it on PC.
Right.
But it seems like maybe they will not go with anyone since they're doing their own thing.
Maybe nobody wrote the check that they wanted or something. But I heard that from multiple sources.
Yeah, I feel like this year's Bethesda thing is just a perfect storm. I don't think they're going to be doing their thing at E3 every year. I think it's just that they have something. They're going to announce Fallout 4. I think they have something to say about Doom. They probably have something to say about Dishonored 2.
Right.
So I think it's just like.
So you think that's a real thing?
Yeah, I mean, it's been rumored for a long time. I think Dishonored was pretty well received.
Oh, it was my second favorite game of 2012.
You and Mitch Dyer love that game.
Hey, real quick. So here's how we're gonna do it. Everybody needs to enter the raffle if they want to win. You put in !raffle, all one word, and then that enters you in the raffle, and then I can draw from that thing, and then we can start putting out all 20 of these codes.
Cool, perfect.
Devin, if I did that wrong, let me know. We have an awesome mod named Devin who lets me know
awesome.
when I screw up, which is all the time.
After All 22 says, I would love to have a copy of the game, but I would also love to support the developer. He said it went away. Give him money for it to support great developers. So we appreciate that.
Thank you.
Creating games isn't cheap, and we're just getting killed with raffles. So let's just let this go for a little
Well,
bit.
we can talk while we do it.
Well, and that guy is a saint, by the way, because there's so many people that we get. Like, can we get the game for free? Like, why is the game $4.99 on App Store, $2.99 when it's free? They still complain.
Free to play, bruh.
It is the worst.
There's
so thank you so much for actually being willing to pay for content.
Oh no, I think our people really understand that game development is hard. Game development costs money. Games cost money. Art isn't free, and you have to pay for your games. We're botting them out, the industry. I mean, it already happened on iPhone and iOS or whatever, where they by undercutting each other on that platform, they just all killed each other.
Yep.
And you don't want that to happen on console, guys. I'm telling you, and on PC. So
yeah, man,
be careful with what you ask for.
Keep preaching, seriously.
Yeah. Let's see. So this thing like automatically selects people like a lottery.
Yeah. So then all we do is hit the draw button. And just like we did for Ninja
Mishi, looking good, man.
I wish you could intercat, man.
Yeah, it's funny. Greg pointed this out to me. I don't know how. I would have never noticed this because I'm stupid. That no one, like everyone's names only have a capital at the beginning and then nothing else. That I just never made the connection that you cannot capitalize, like intercap your names or anything like that. Let's see. We're still.
You might just have to talk about other things.
Yeah.
What's your most? So Bloodborne. What about Bloodborne? That's your most anticipated game of the year?
Absolutely, yeah, man. Super hyped for it. Then after that, Dark Souls 2 hits PS4 and Xbox, right?
That's old. Old game's old enough.
But I'm excited to come back to it with all the new DLC. It's just going to be a really good spring. Around this time, around GDC time, like big games always seem to drop every year. It was BioShock Infinite a couple years ago, then Dark Souls 2 and Ground Zeroes hit last year. So, super excited about Bloodborne.
But at least it's not during GDC this time.
Yeah, that's what tends to happen. So we're really lucky that there's really no big games coming out, I think, this next week, right?
Only tonight.
Only tonight. Well, that's everybody. See, because they wanted to get out of the blast radius. So
now you made an interesting comment earlier when you were talking about The Witcher moving dates. When you're getting ready to finally put out your baby that you've worked on forever, how closely do you watch and monitor the calendar and try to figure everything out?
My Google Calendar is actually of releases.
Really?
So I knew for a long time that the order was going to be hitting last Friday. That Resident Evil Revelations 2 was going to be hitting yesterday.
Yeah.
And I had The Witcher there, and I'm thinking, we don't want to launch during GDC. We don't. And then the week after that, thankfully we didn't launch because Hotline Miami 2, and just every week there's something. And so we decided to swoop into that week to make sure that we can be part of that conversation, because if you just we don't have a PR firm, we don't have a marketing department. We just have to be really smart about our release dates to make sure that when our game comes out, we give it the best shot possible, because we've been working like crazy on the PC version, about 6 months worth of work, just completely redoing the whole game, and so. It's good for business, but it's also good for the team. Like I want them to see the game, getting lots of exposure and getting as many downloads as possible. So.
Do you think that you're gonna see? Are people behind it so far? I mean, we are, because we love you and everything else, and I loved it on iPhone. But I mean, a lot of times you run into old game's old. We can't give you that much coverage because we've already done stuff with it. Da da da.
So we got kind of lucky because so the game includes episodes 1, 2, and 3, and we shipped episode 3 last October, right around the time that everybody's playing and getting ready for reviews for Call of Duty, Sunset Overdrive, and episode 3 didn't get a lot of coverage. So this is kind of a relaunch for episode 3 for us, and so a lot of press missed that. So we're actually looking at this as like a new opportunity to re-engage everybody. So the response to the game has actually been way more positive than we even thought. Nice. So that's really good news.
Awesome.
So we'll see what happens tonight, but so far so good.
Republic Remastered out tonight. Steam, Mac, Good Old Games. What's the other one I'm forgetting? There's one.
Humble Store.
Humble. That's it. Damn it. I was so close.
But not on the Mac App Store. Not yet. But someday.
All right. So Ryan was nice enough to bring 20 copies of the game.
Cool.
The codes. He's giving them away to you. The winners are, Colin, you go, because you're way better at reading than me.
Seka Oz 244. Snake is the best one. Marcel Oak. Ninja Mishi. Dudleyville.
Which is a great name.
R. Murray 2244. X Xander. Evil Chick 28. Combax, which is a great name too.
Yeah.
Mick Pasta Sauce.
Which is a great name.
Natives 1985. This is Dirty Monkey. Dirty Monkey. The Nun Club.
He is good at this.
Yeah, right?
Pellegrini 17. Sisem Bears Boo? I don't know what that one is. That's the first one that's tripping me up. Too much skooma. The Monster 76. I Talk Game. Sir M. Pineapple. Samurai Tech, which is I like that name as well. Samurai Tech sounds like an 80s anime.
It's a good thing we didn't give out 100 codes.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. Well, congratulations, everybody.
You are the winners.
I'll get the codes from Ryan, and I will.
We hope you guys love the game.
Message you through Twitch with your code when we get those. So hold tight; they'll be coming soon. Probably, maybe.
Yeah, I'll send it right after the show.
You better just do it. Just fucking do your job.
I will do it. You guys will get in your inboxes as soon as this guy sends it out, but it goes live at midnight tonight, so we'll send it right after midnight, basically.
Perfect.
Sounds good.
We appreciate that very much.
Cool.
And thank you all for sticking with us.
Thank you very, very much.
Now
it's back to regular old talking to each other.
Greg, let's go into. We're kind of running late, so let's go into sub-only chat at this point and talk to our subscribers. Of course, our subscribers. This is at the end of every one of our streams, every one of episode of Colin and Greg Live. We talk to our subscribers for a few minutes, but you don't have to leave. You can stick around and listen to the chatter if you are not a subscriber. So, by the way, that was just a hellish. That chat just turned into hell. In a handbasket.
Exclamation raffle, 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 rabble, rabble. Thanks for subscribing.
And you get a code. You get a code. You get a code.
Look under your chairs. There's codes for everyone.
We have a talented developer with us, so we should start using these kinds of questions since he can actually answer them. Snaxalot says, I want to be a game programmer. How big should I shoot for my portfolio?
How big should you shoot for?
Yeah, I think I'm saying, I think what he means is should he be his portfolio be very ambitious, or should it maybe show just his raw skill?
Raw skill, C#, C++, just to show a good proficiency that of a lot of different programming languages and tools. So for us, for example, we get lots of resumes, which we're really happy about. But I skim it and I see, can you program, or do you have experience with Unreal or Unity? And if not, then it's and I want to see you've worked on some kind of really, really hardcore engine. Otherwise, it's really hard. So I think just getting familiar with those engines, because most of the game companies out these days are using those third-party engines. Right. So definitely get up to speed with those. There's, if I could go back in time and be able to train myself up, YouTube is a great resource for this stuff. I'm just so jealous of everybody, young kids these days, because they can learn and teach themselves how to make games to the degree that we couldn't have done.
Sure.
Back
how do I change camera in a million YouTube tutorials?
Yeah, exactly.
Right? I don't, and that's by the way is how much I understand game development.
And I think that was
change
good,
camera.
Man. That was good, man.
That's what you do.
I'm impressed.
You drop cameras everywhere, right? I think maybe kind of.
Trevor High Five asks, he was curious about, if you went to college and what your degree was in, if you went to college, and maybe we could just talk about some of your history, because you really do have a deep history of some pretty serious fucking games that I don't know some people that joined us recently understand you like worked on Metal Gear Solid 4 and Halo 4.
Yep.
So you have some big AAA experience and have kind of retreated back to a smaller indie space, which I think a lot of very talented developers are doing these days to do their own thing. So can you tell us a little bit about your education and your kind of experience in the industry?
Yeah, I'll give the Cliff's Notes version just for the sake of time and people's sanity, because it's not that great of a story. But so to answer the first question in terms of what have I done?
Don't jump ahead. Don't jump ahead.
All right, sorry. I got a major degree in foreign languages and international affairs, which is like a business and Japanese and Chinese foreign language degree. I moved to Japan, was teaching English there, like a lot of guys want to do after you get a degree in Japanese. But I always wanted to be in the game industry. So long story short, I was like fighting really hard to get into the industry. I was writing, interviewed Hideo Kojima for OneUp.com because James Milkey slept in or something. Couldn't make his appointment, called me on the show floor. I'm running around like covering, because if you're a freelancer for OneUp.com, you're covering some of the stuff that nobody else wants to cover.
Get off that DS horror minigame thing.
That's exactly what I was on. And so then I don't even know how he had my number, and he said, Ryan, I need you to go interview Hideo for Metal Gear Solid 3 Subsistence. And I go in there, do the interview. Afterwards, he said, I could tell that you knew what my answers were before the translators translated into English. Are you interested in working for us? Because I need a bilingual guy working on Metal Gear. So, and I just finished Metal Gear Solid 3, and I just decided that it's my favorite video game of all time. And this was like a month later of just meeting him, and it's like kind of like dreams come true.
Yeah.
And it's a long story how I finally made it into Konami, and it's kind of a sad story, but it had a happy ending. And then
he's going to tell it on the Gamescast. I should point out, you're staying for the Gamescast.
Okay, we can do that.
I'm going to throw you under the bus with Kojima questions.
All right, do it, man. Do it.
I'm sure he's thrilled about that.
Yeah, I love talking about all that stuff, kind of. And then worked on Metal Gear for 3 years, left, came home to Seattle.
Yeah.
Was recruited into Microsoft to be a director on Halo 4. And did that for 3 years, and then left and started this studio. So it's been a good run so far, and it's been really lucky and met tons of people that are really cool in the industry. So, like you guys.
Appreciate that very much.
It's been good.
And I'm sure your story is an inspiration to a lot of people that we always tell people, clearly we're not the most talented people in the world. Clearly, but sometimes you just need to be in the right place at the right time, or just hit the right notes, or just know the right person, and you just got to kind of keep hitting the pavement and
I think that's
hope
the
for
best. I think that's the best advice you can give.
Yeah.
Seriously, it's that just life throws you all these curveballs. If James Milkey didn't have my phone number, my life would be totally different.
Yeah,
totally different. I don't know where I'd be. I might be still living in Japan. I would definitely not be working on Metal Gear.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't have been working in Halo.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's remarkable that it always starts. Because we've talked about that. Like it was like when Jeremy hired you finally, or when when they emailed me when I was a writer at GameFAQs when I was 18, and they're like, "Do you want to write strategy guys for IGN?" And I was like, if you didn't get that email, or you didn't get that phone call, like everything changes. It is a very interesting way of looking at it. And Mastermind Wolf 7 says, "Can't wait to hear more of Ryan history on Game Over Greggy's show." You will, but not on Game Over Greggy's show. You'll hear it on Kind of Funny Gamescast.
YouTube.com/kindoffunnygames. While that happens, and you look around, we have some good meme stuff happening over here from the Kiss on the Cheek, Hail Hydra. What have I done? Why did I come here for this?
That's a really good question. That's a question to a lot of people that enter this.
Anybody who sits at this table, whether you're Mega Ran, Tim Schafer, you're like, why? Why did I come here?
That's good, man.
Free Agent asks, do you think that graphic designers still have a place in game development?
Oh, yeah.
I know most studios put the task on other visual artists.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of have to spread around resources, because sometimes graphic design isn't a full-time gig. But for mid to large studios, they have multiple graphic designers on staff, 2D artists. Getting into UI is probably a really good move, to download some of these UI tools and extend your craft to interactive UI, learn scale form. Some kind of quick bits of advice, but totally, yeah. If that person can do art, he or she, and do it 2D and make it look awesome, then they're off to a really good start.
The final question, and this will be a little teaser we'll talk about on Gamescast, I presume. So don't feel like you have to answer this, because I don't know if you can. But Immortal Sandwich says, I used to listen to the MGS podcast back in 06-07 before Metal Gear Solid 4 came out, and loved it. Used to say that Metal Gear Solid 4 Online would be a separate game, but that never happened. Curious what happened there. Can you shed some light? Thanks. Looking forward to playing Republic.
Oh, right. Yeah, this is not official Konami statement, for obvious reasons.
A former insider says.
But the way I remember it is that I think we might have gotten a little bit of cold feet about releasing it as a standalone. Maybe $60 product, $60 product, or $60, $40 product, but that the marketplace was such that for Metal Gear Solid 4 to be as successful as possible to pack in this multiplayer game. But the truth be told, we did think about them as separate products. We thought that Metal Gear Online could stand on its own, and I think it in a lot of ways it did. But I think we just want to make the MGS4 package that more alluring for not only the consumers but for retailers, because they wanted to see that there's a multiplayer component that's going to prevent used game sales. So again, that's not because I was in any kind of like high level meetings about it. I think that's just
you're there with your power. Yes.
That sounds right.
That's more of my recollection and kind of just me thinking back on it. So. Cool. I think that all makes sense, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Totally. And it's an interesting insight into, and we'll talk about it more again on the Gamescast today about development and the insights you can give us, because you've been on both sides of the fence and have insight into both our world and your world. And I think that'll be really enlightening, not only for us, but for our audience.
Well, it's going to be fun.
Yeah,
definitely tune in for that.
It's going to be a great time.
But first burritos.
So, Greg, I think that's it for us here on Colin and Greg Live. And we do appreciate everyone joining us as always. You can find us here at 11 a.m. Pacific time every weekday for Colin and Greg Live at twitch.tv/kindoffunnygames. And we always enjoy your company, so thank you for joining us. You can follow us at Kind of Funny Vids on Twitter. You can follow me at No Taxation, Greg at Game Over Greg, and Ryan Payton is simply at Ryan Payton, which is convenient. I brought it up to make sure I was remembering it right, and it is indeed just Ryan Payton.
That's it.
You must have been there. Yep, September 2008. I was going to say, you must have been there very early to get that name.
Colin asked me, and I didn't have a good answer. What's with the bag over your head in your Twitter profile pic?
Do you not recognize that?
No. What? Tell me.
Colin, you don't recognize that?
Hold on, let's bring it up for the kids.
It's an album cover. That's the hint.
Oh, well, see, no, I'm not a music guy.
An album cover.
I'm stupid.
You're not a PC guy. You're not a music guy.
No, you're right. All right, I don't like certain things. I got a very particular taste. I like comic books.
You are into
like
Teen
video
Witch.
games.
That's good.
I love Teen Witch.
That's good.
I don't recognize it. What is it?
This is the second album from the Mars Volta called Francis the Mute.
Oh, okay, cool. Oh, my girlfriend loves the Mars Volta, so I'll have to show her that. She'll recognize that.
It's a great album.
She's very offended with us right now.
No, she probably
at her real job.
Yeah, at her real job where she doesn't worry about
being a doctor.
Yeah, she's literally a doctor, so I'm sure she's thinking about video games right this minute.
Yeah, exactly.
So you guys are closing out. Can I end with like a final comment?
Oh, please.
A real heartfelt.
Please do.
Thing that I really want to say, that I just want to extend my congrats to you guys for leaving, doing your own thing. That's super gutsy. You had no idea what was going to happen with Patreon and everything else. And as somebody who's done that, I left a well-paying job with a 401k, total health benefits. My dad calling me like, "Are you serious? You're going to leave Microsoft?" You know how dads are, right? And so I've been there, and like seriously, congrats and a big congrats, and a big thanks to your audience for supporting you guys. I think this is a beautiful thing. So
thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you all, of course, for supporting Ryan, giving away the game, tweeting at Sony today midnight, of course. Republic remastered.
Yeah.
You're good, man. I love you.
Oh man.
Yeah, we very much appreciate your company today. Thank you for your time, and thank you for your time out there as well. We'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific time. Busy day today. We're going to record Kind of Funny Gamescast, and then I'm going to disappear like a fucking puff of smoke so we can play Helldivers maybe a little later.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically it. Greg, I want to cut out that Teen Witch thing so we can use that for our outro, but we cannot do that right now.
Do you want one more Geraldo?
So let's bring out Geraldo, because people really miss the Geraldo clip, and frankly, I don't blame them. So let's do that, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Au revoir.
See you tomorrow, 11 a.m. Bye.
You have to understand that I'm Geraldo. I'm not anyone to trifle with.